Alright, how's it going, everybody? Just wanted to share something that I've incorporated into my personal chess training over the last couple months. Uh, so, this is the puzzle streak feature on Lichess. I think it's a really great tool. You get a whole sort of range of um, tactics problems, and the point is just to start from very easy problems and just keep solving until you make a mistake. And when you make a mistake, you're done, and you have to start over again. Um, there's no time limit, so it really just allows you to take as much time as you want, um, which is nice. Other things, they force you to do it really fast, and I think that's counterproductive. Um, but this is just really sort of focusing on accuracy, which I think is really helpful in our tactics training, and tactics training being so important for club level players basically 2,000 or less. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm going to just see how much I can solve here in the next 20 minutes and sort of offer you guys my thoughts as we go. So first one here just looks to be a checkmate in one. Let me just adjust the sound there. So yeah, this one looks to be check if they move their king. Well, no, that doesn't work. Well, yeah, no, if they move their king, then you just take this. This is checkmate. The knight is blocking the queen's protection of the rook. So that looks to force the queen to capture, and there are no discovered checks here allowing the rook to come capture our queen, so it should be good. Okay, so we've got the rook and queen lined up, so we jump the knight out of the way with check and go capture the rook on the next turn. Or sorry, go capture the queen on the next turn, I apologize. So this pawn is doing a great job boxing the king in. Looks like we just come over here, check, force something, and then the queen just comes in and ultimately delivers checkmate. Okay, so queen is doing a great job on this diagonal. So we bring our rook down. King is forced here. Sorry, not. Well, yeah, the rook could come over, and that would be checkmate. That would work. He could also bring the queen in to the square, and that would be checkmate. Okay, so I think this bishop is just stopped by its own pawn from coming in, getting this pass pawn. Of course, they go here, we'll just take it. So yeah, let's go queen this pawn. That's good to me. Alright, queens are lined up here. The bishop is in the way, we'll get the bishop out of the way and then go capture the queen next. These guys are lined up. What is the best way to do this? I was thinking here, but here, yeah, that's not quite so obvious. thought, nah. Here, take, and then I guess we just go capture this guy. Yeah, I guess that works. So here, king f1, queen takes e1, king takes e1, bishop takes b2, and then picking up the rook. And bishop and knight against knight should be enough. Okay, so this just looks to be a back rank checkmate. The bishops are lined up, which looks interesting. So yeah, my thought is to check here. The king goes away, and we just take this. If the king comes in, and now they're attacking this twice, still you can just take this, and we're attacking this on our next turn. This one takes, you win an exchange. That's probably what the computer ends up doing. Oh, they don't do that. Okay, let me just make sure this is right. They don't have some in-between. Do they have an in-between move here? Takes here. Maybe the point is if this scenario, then we could just go here and defend this again. And if they take, then we could go here. I was thinking here and threaten checkmate. It doesn't look half bad, and it also threatens this fork, and I think that's right. Yeah, threatening checkmate and the fork. So let's do that. Yeah, and they don't play it out that far, which is kind of frustrating because there was some cool behind-the-scenes action there. So equal material basically. We're down 2 pawns. 2 pawns, 1 pawn. So we're down 1 pawn. Okay, so it looks like queen is just pinning this guy, so this is a fork with the knight. Looks good to me. Okay, so this is one of these tricky ones where you do a queen sacrifice, but get checkmate. Let's see what we've got. Okay. So it looks like, oddly enough, black or white has back rank issues here. After rook takes, check. This bishop is nicely holding these squares. Of course, if the rook comes back, this check. If the rook comes back, you just win a rook. And if the king comes forward, and this is checkmate. Let's do it. Okay, so first thought is to like come in here, threaten or give checkmate that way. But I don't know if that's working. After queen g4 with a threat here, but maybe there's this defending. It does look pretty solid. If you can ever get a bishop to like f6 like this with this kind of opening, it's super dangerous. Yeah, I do think this actually might work. So here, if queen g4, again, maybe f3 with the rook defending, along with the king. This is coming next. They probably just end up taking it, giving up their queen for the bishop. Yeah, let's do that. Yep. Okay, so everything is converging here. So while they have two defenders, we have two attackers currently on this rook. What if we could bring a third attacker? And if they take us, we could just take back with the rook, because our queen is on a defended square here. But yeah, they could just take with their rook. That doesn't look too impressive. Yeah, I mean, if you go here and just this, you're just losing a rook. That doesn't look good. What's going on here? What if we trade and then pin? Going here next. Still, I think they just take. This is defended. This is, the queen is always defended there. Let's take. Back rank issues. Yeah, they might have back rank issues here. So take, check. If the rook comes back, then we have two things on this point. If take, check, queen blocks, we just take with check, and take this rook and you're up a rook. That looks good. Okay, so this just looks to be a simple skewer. Okay, so we've got bishop and queen here, which is interesting for sure. Think about something like this, bringing a third attacker to c6, and if they take, whoops, they take here, and then pick that up, and they're just down a pawn with an unsafe king. I think so. I'm not terribly convinced that it's overly compelling, but take, check, here. I mean, God, I win a piece and a pawn, so yeah, that should be compelling. I apologize. Of course, this is going on, but this is defended. So we got like two things being attacked here. Can we just take this? We take. Yeah, I think that's fine. Pin it to win it? That looks plausible to me. So even material, I mean, they could prop it up, I guess, here. So maybe that's not terribly compelling. Yeah. But we could insert this and just obstruct the queen's defense with the knight, and then we would have a double attack on the queen and on the knight, and double attacks are usually what you're looking for. I don't see any particular way for white to get out of it, so let's do it. I mean, you can just take the knight like this. Alright, so just add a second attacker here. Is that? Looks a little dangerous. A little dangerous putting your queen here. But in a situation where we have a rook against bishop and knight, that does win a piece. Because even if they retreat, then the bishop here is undefended. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so two minor pieces, same minor piece count, same major piece count. So I guess, whoa, I guess we just get a fork on those queen and rook, and I think that should be sufficient. Yeah, pawn count is the same. Winning in exchange should be pretty good. So we'll get this guy going. What are they doing? This. I guess check. Here, queens takes, and then takes the rook, and you have a knight and a pawn against two pawns. That looks pretty good. Again, take. I think they get behind the pawn. Check. The king comes over and attacks, maybe. Queens. Rook takes, knight takes. Yeah, knight and a pawn against two pawns should be pretty good. Alright, so forcing, and then this is, oh sorry, that is black's pawn. That makes a big difference. Yeah, I think we have to go get this. And then there's some kind of outflanking. Yeah, I think that's the idea. Just go get this, and say they come over. If this kind of deal happens, we can just get a pass pawn that way, and eventually the king just comes in and outflanks the black king and wins their pawns. That's, I mean, that's not terribly precise, but these pawns for the moment are keeping the king out. Not that way. So I'm not concerned about any kind of infiltration there. I guess maybe the only thing is if I go here, take, yeah, even this, you get the opposition keeping the black king out of the square so they can't do that. Yeah, I think this should be good. What's going on here? The first thing I notice is the rooks are taking away all these files. But how to make use of that? So maybe go here and threaten checkmate because king and pawn are taking these two squares away. I mean, if we go here, they can even come either way and try to disrupt here, but it doesn't work because this rook, which is delivering checkmate, will be shielded. Sorry, will be shielded by this rook. I think that should be good. Okay, so down a rook. So you gotta be doing something here. First thought is just threaten mate. Probably got ways around that. The king is kind of in a box though. The queen is not coming in, giving any checks. Your own bishop is blocking. The queen is on the wrong diagonal, wrong color squares to give my king a check. They do have checks here, which might be annoying, because if we take, then they have that. But even so, check here. So they go back. Oh my gosh. That seems so complicated, especially for this level. This is a 1599 rated problem. Yeah, because they're down a rook, like you have to force checkmate here. You gotta make sure that this check doesn't kind of let them off the hook. And it looks like it's gotta be bishop and queen doing something here, like nothing else is active for black. Okay, so this here again goes back, take goes back, maybe in that case I just go up here, and if they check, I just have that. Um, yeah, I think the black king can get away without having to take the knight and allow this check. Which, again, being down a rook, you can't just be winning a knight. Okay, so bishop e3, 96, king e8, knight back, or even knight goes here, capturing. But still, you can just take this, keeping that square, and again we get this square for any checks the queen might give. So yeah, I think this is probably good. Yep. So then they have to go ahead and get their queen. All right. So that was 25 in about 25 minutes. It turns out. I think I'm just gonna stop it there for the sake of the video. My personal high on this is I think like 68, but it can start to get really long. You know, as you go up into the higher numbers, because you're having to take more time with each problem. But again, I think this is one of the elements of this that I really love. You get this sort of full range of types of problems using this trainer. You get the really easy stuff at the beginning, and then you get the stuff that really challenges you. And because it's all about not how fast can you do it, but it's about you have unlimited amount of time, so how accurate can you be? The only way you lose is if you get something wrong. I do think it's a really great way to tune up your and train up your tactics. So if you haven't checked this out, I would definitely check out this tool. Anyway, we'll see you guys for the next one. Thanks a lot.